What's up, fellow engineers? Dr. McKay here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we have the new Warfare 2 Broadside Update Showcase video for Space Engineers. I'm going to be covering the free content, the paid content, and I'm going to dive a little bit into the new auto turret control, what's it called? Custom turret controller block. So, before we get started, if you want to go ahead and hit the like button, don't forget to comment and subscribe. It really does help the channel out. And if you want to go ahead and follow me on Twitch, I'm trying to reach 40 followers on Twitch, so that'd be much appreciated if you do. So, we're going to cover, as you can see here, the free content. So everyone gets everything I'm going to show here. So, you know, and it's quite exciting to see what we get for free. So, we're going to cover the free, then we're going to cover the paid, and then we're going to go over a little bit of the targeted stuff. So, first things I want to show you are the new turrets. Now these are basically auto turrets, which are basically the same as, you know, the Gatling turrets we had before. So delete that one because that's going to shoot that over there. Yeah. So we have this one here, which is the assault cannon turret. Yeah. So it's like kind of like a rapid fire boom, 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 boom type of turret. Yeah. It's pretty powerful, pretty decent. Yeah, and I love the fact that it's kind of like uniform. It's more like compact compared to the Gatling turret. So the next one we have is the assault cannon. No, sorry, the artillery turret. Now this packs a bit more of a punch, and it's like boom, boom. So it's like slow fire rate, but powerful. And again, it's quite uniform in its design. It's quite low down. Yeah, it's quite lovely to look at. Yeah, so those are the two auto turrets we get, and we also get them in small grid as well. So yeah, but these ones are single barrels. Yeah, but they're basically the same. One's rapid fire, one's a bit of a slower rate of fire. So those are the auto turrets. They're pretty decent, but they just work the same as the other ones. That's okay, but the better stuff is what we got over here. So this is the custom turret controller block for the large grid. Obviously, I'll show you the small grid in a minute, right? But for the large grid, we get a static. So basically, static means that it's a block that's not automatically turns like these ones. It goes wherever you point it, or if you put it on a custom turret, which I'll show you in a minute or in a little bit. So we have our artillery. So this giant long barrel cannon. It's got a slow rate of fire, but it's quite powerful. And one thing to note, in gravity, the shells like full, so it's like over long distance the shells fall down. Now each cannon has a range. Now obviously I'll show you where you can see the range of the cannons. So we go to our weapons, and if you look on the description in the top right, at the bottom it'll tell you the range of each weapon. So obviously rocket launchers are 800, Gatlings are 800, obviously the autocannons 800, 2000 meters for a railgun, 2000 meters for artillery, and 1400 meters for the assault cannon. So it does tell you the range on the weapon, so you can roughly work out what you want to do. But like I said, these are static, so if you want to put them on a ship, if you want to have it on the forward section, then you have to aim the ship itself at your target, or you could do a custom turret, which we'll get to in a minute. So that's the artillery, which is pretty decent, and it's got conveyor tubes on all three sides minus the front on the sides, and one on the bottom. So it's pretty good. And obviously these ones have them on the bottom. And obviously now we're going to get to the big honking weapon, which is amazing. I did some testing yesterday. This cannon can shoot through 18 light armor blocks and 3 to 4 heavy armor blocks in one shot. But it takes a while to recharge. It takes about a minute to recharge a shot. I'm not sure if it's quicker at recharging if you have like a lot of power generation, or if it's just standard. But like this one's pretty sick. It's got ports on the sides, one on the back, and I believe one on the bottom as well. Let me just check that out. So yeah, It does this thing where it glitches from like small grid to large grid, and you can't change back. Yes, it's got one on the back, two on the sides, and yeah, one. Is that one on the bottom? I'm not sure if that's one on the bottom. No, it's not one on the bottom. So there's only one on the back, two on the sides. Keep that in mind when you're building your guns or your ships. But it is a ginormous gun and it packs a punch. But like I said, it's slow reload, so it does come with a drawback. So we're gonna go for the small grid now. So basically, we got a small grid turret control block. You know, it's 2v1 or 1v2. It's pretty cool looking design. We got like a few buttons there, so cosmetic looking is pretty decent. We again have the autocannon, which is like boom, 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 boom. It's rapid fire. Then we have an artillery piece, which is slow rate of fire but powerful. But this one's got quite a unique feature. It's got a conveyor tube on the bottom as well as two on the sides, whereas these autocannons, like the Gatling guns, only have them on the side. Yeah. Then we have a small grid railgun. Again, it's the same design as a large grid, but this one can shoot through 3 light armor blocks, and it takes 2 to 3 shots to get through 1 heavy armor block. So keep that in mind on your builds. But it's pretty decent. But again, it charges up, but it's like half as long as it takes to charge up a large one. It's like 30 seconds. Again, we have our artillery and autocannon turrets. Again, they're pretty decent. And one of the things that I really do like that will help a lot of people out is we have offset like seats, just seats. You know, so these seats will fit next to each other. They are designed. Obviously, these ones here are 3 blocks by 2. As you can see, there's a space. I can't put them close to each other. Yeah, but obviously the offset ones are 2v2 or 2v3. I can't remember. Let's have a quick look at what they are. On the, let me get me a HUD up. Why does it do that? Like, I literally got to physically change it in the menu from a small grid to large grid. Alright, anyway. So yeah, so that's 2v3, which is that one there, but the offset one is literally 2x2. So it's going to fit quite nicely into your builds, into your small grid ships and all that stuff. So pretty handy, and I'll just put that there as an example. So that's all the free stuff that you get. Alright, it's pretty decent, but the real main stuff comes in the pack, the paid DLC, which I recommend getting. It's like £3.20 something in English money. So yeah, but that's the free content. Let me just change the weather. Otherwise, not the weather, the daytime, or I was going to lose daylight. Alright, so now off to the paid stuff. Now the paid stuff is a lot cooler. Alright, so this is the paid content. Alright, we're going to start off with small grid and we're going to work our way to the large grid. But generally most of it's the same. There's only a couple of things that ain't for small grid that you can get for large grid. So we have new reactors. Right, we have a small grid small reactor, which I do like the design. It's a lot better than the design we got. Obviously conveyor tubes on both the top and the bottom in that way, and the same basically an upscaled version of the small one into a small large, which is pretty good. And again, we have small conveyor tubes on it instead of a large. I don't know if there's a large on the bottom. Let's have a quick look. Where are we looking? So small. So it's only just small, so it's pretty good. It fits it. It'll fit into some nice designs. Then we have these heat vents. Right, now these heat vents are pretty cool. You can change the color of the actual vent itself from that's fully activated, so obviously it's drawing a load of power, or obviously as it slowly dies down, obviously the color can change as the vent's closed. Now that's pretty cool. Next thing we have is spotlights. Now these spotlights should be following me, but they're not. Actually, this one is. Don't know if this one's going to follow me. Is this one going to follow me? Yeah. So basically, you can set these searchlights. They're called searchlights, not spotlights. And these searchlights you can set to follow things at specific ranges, and they all have the same settings as all the other lights. So it's pretty good. Yeah. And obviously, yeah, there's loads of different things you can do with them, but I quite like them. Next we have this like coloured, not coloured, this it's like a light panel. So it's like a light, and you can change the colour of the light, as you can see I've got 3 colours here. Right, and it's a panel. So like our metal plates we have, which are these. Yeah. They're exactly the same type of style. I'll get one up to show you. So we have here, look. Essentially just a plate, and it's a light, and you can change the light. It's like every other light. You can change the intensity, the radius, the color, all that stuff. So yeah, these things can come in handy pretty well for tight spaces if you need lights. Next we have one of my favorite things in this update is a stand-in controls console. Now these consoles are in the cockpit or the control seat menu, or no, actually the cockpit menu. As you can see, it's called the helm. All right, so the helm's pretty decent. Yeah, and like I actually do love it. It's a standing console. You get one for small grid and for large grid, so definitely can be put into some builds. The next we have a warfare battery. All right, so basically it's just a cosmetic change to the battery. There's no other features apart from just a cosmetic change. And that's the small grid. Large grid ones over there. We'll get to that in a minute. The next one is another one of my favorites from this update. Is a bench. Now it's a 2v2 bench. Or it's a 2v3 bench, I say. I think. No, 2v2 bench. Let's get it right. Yeah, and it can fit into loads of things. I got so many ideas for this, for some of my builds, because as you know me, I love small grid builds. So it's going to fit nicely into some of my small grids. The next thing we have are new ion engines. Now these engines are pretty cool. I get some Millennium Falcon vibes. Yeah, especially of the small ones, because the small ones, as you can see, if you put more than one together, they line up. They literally block together to create one engine block instead of separate engines, which I think is absolutely amazing. You know, it's ion engines though, so it's a little bit of downside. We need some. Obviously, I know we got hydrogen in the last one, and we got obviously the futuristic looking ions. And I think we got some futuristic looking air ones. Hang on, let's have a look. So yeah, we got sci-fi atmospheric and we got sci-fi ions, and then we got obviously our industrial large hydrogen, you know, in the last update. Then this time we have warfare ion thrusters. So we get in the rounds of engines, but I kind of feel like hydrogen's getting a bit of a we need more variations of hydrogen, I think. Yeah, and obviously the large version of the ions has 5 engines, one big and then little afterburners on the outside, which is pretty cool. And they've changed the plume, so obviously you can't really tell because we're not in space. Yeah, but obviously it's quite a large looking cool misty plume that comes out the end of it. I quite like it. Next we have obviously different variations of the Gatling gun. So we got a tri-barrel, so 3 barrels of Gatling gun, yeah, which is here. And again, it's got 2 side ports. And then we have a new version of a rocket launcher. Now these are manually reloaded. They're not automatic reloaded, which I think is a shame. We needed a new version of a automatically loaded rocket launcher, because like, you know, having the one we have now where you need the large grid like pull is great and all, but like, yeah, I feel like we need a single block version of a rocket launcher that can be automatically reloaded. So they kind of missed the ball on that. Yeah, but I like the design. It kind of like reminds me of something out of like an Arnold Schwarzenegger film that you carry on a shoulder. But you know, it'll do. So that's all the small grid stuff that we have for the paid update. Now for the large stuff. So like I said, we have a new cosmetic battery. Like I said, just cosmetic. It's just fun. Yeah, then we have a cosmetic reactor. So this is the large reactor. I think this is a good design compared to what we had before. It's actually like a physical thing, and it has a little catwalk on each side, so it kind of lines up with the industrial updates catwalks on the refineries and O2 generator, I think it is. No, not O2, it's the assembler. And then we have a smaller version of a reactor as well, which is in here, which kind of looks like, I don't know if you can see inside properly. I've got lights on, but it's not really showing. But kind of looks like an arc reactor from like Iron Man, so it's not too bad. Right. Then we have obviously our large grid vent. Works the same as a small grid. Change colors and it draws power. It's kind of like an exhaust. Yeah. Except for it doesn't actually radiate anything out of it. It's just cosmetic. But the flaps look cool when they open and close. Obviously the helm. Obviously large grid. Then we obviously have our large ion engine. Yeah, which is quite impressive at the big scale. Especially with the detail. If you look at all the detail, it's pretty cool. And then we obviously have smaller ions. Again, they merge together to form like one block, which I think again is cool. Searchlight, which is meant to be following me. I did set it to follow, but oh, there it is. It is following me. There you go. Which I think is really cool as well. Light panels again change blocks. So they're basically most of the same stuff you get for small grid. Now we're coming to the stuff that's only for large grid. Now this large grid stuff, I'm a little disappointed, but I am also liking it. Like we have a door, a sliding door, but it's 2 blocks wide, which I think defeats the purpose of a door. Yeah, a door needs to be 1 block. Yeah, but like, yeah, what can you do? You need to have the door slide into something. So, you know, 2 blocks, it has to be 2 blocks. But this one is a solid 1 block. Yeah, but obviously the door is half of the block, so the front of the block, so it's not like in the middle. Yeah, so you got that. But then we got one that's like half in, so it cuts off like the tunnel, which I have made a quick demonstration of a airlock that you could do. So obviously we've got a H2O2 generator there, and 2 of these ones. So these ones are, God's sake, it's doing that thing again. If anybody has the same problem I'm having with large grid, small grid, we have to change it in the menu, please let me know, because normally you can change it like outside, but it's not letting me. So we have where are we looking? So this is the solid one. So as you can see, you got the little tunnel, and this one is the one that's got the tunnel cut out. Alright, so I put 2 of them together. Yeah, 1 on each side with a block space in the middle, so you can put an air vent. Then we have a light panel for a light source, and I just literally covered the entire thing in panels. So when you close the door, the air vent will make it pressurize inside. So it's quite a little compact airlock. I know a lot of people like to keep airlocks compact, and I think this is the most compact you can get. Yeah, so it's 3 blocks by 2 blocks. Simple. So that's like a little airlock. Yeah, using those doors, which I think is a pretty cool design. And then we're coming up to hangar doors. Now we've got 3 types of hangar doors. We have a simple plain one. Then we have one with a window, which I've got 2 here. So we've got one with window, which is another cool feature. And we have one which has like grooves in it. So it's more detailed. So again, these act the same as other hangar doors. Slow. They go up. They're only 2 blocks wide. 4 blocks if you put them upside down. I kind of feel like they should have increased the length of them, maybe to like 3 blocks wide. Or maybe do something a bit different. But like, again, I ain't complaining. It's more detailing. So next we have like, what do they call them? They call them bridge windows. Alright, which I have mixed feelings. I like them. They give you a bit more of a design choice. But I kind of feel like they dropped the ball on what they could do. I reckon they could have added a couple more, like basically a flat one, maybe. Like a flat one. We've got a slope, we've got an angle. But maybe give us like 2 slope. Like a 2v1 slope. And a 2v1 angle, instead of just giving us 1 angle, 1 slope. I kind of do feel they dropped the ball a little bit on that. They could have included more variants. And then finally we come to a cosmetic paint, which is the forest camouflage, which for army vehicles like tanks, jeeps, anything that you do army wise, it's going to come in handy. We also have a helmet, which is what I'm wearing, a shark helmet. Shark helmet. Pretty simple. Yeah, and then we have some emotes, which are as follows. If I find them, what's that one? So this is a rock paper scissors. So I just did rock there, and now I did see that if you put into the comments like /rock /scissors /paper, you will do the emote and do what you chose. So yeah, it's pretty decent. Yeah, and then you have if I find it, is it that one? No, this one. Right, no, not that one. I'm trying to do a salute, but it's not doing a salute. Salute, there you go, salute. So you got a salute as well. So you got rock paper scissors and a salute, and that's basically all of the paid content, which is pretty decent, to be fair. You know, obviously the main bulk of the weapons come from the free, which it should be by all means. Yeah, you get a warfare update, the weapons should be free. Yeah, but I like the fact they included a couple variations of turrets and rockets within the paid. And obviously we've got ions, batteries, lights, reactors. You know, definitely worth £3 if you like this game and you want all that stuff. So yes, that's all the paid content. That's all the free. So what we're going to do now before we finish up, we're going to run you through how to work the turret control button. I've set up a turret here. So what you need is you need a power source, you need a rotor, a hinge, and you need weapons. Alright, and then to finish off, you need to have a turret control block. So we have a turret control block here. Alright, I haven't set anything up so I can walk you through it. Alright, so we're in the turret control block. Alright, it says assign an azimuth rotor. Azimuth means left and right direction. Alright, essentially. So like this, alright, with the hinge, not the hinge, the rotor is our azimuth. So we click the rotor, that's our left and right. I did that on the wrong one. So rotor's that one, and then the elevation is a hinge, the one that goes up and down. Alright, so make sure you assign them. You might want to name them individually if you have loads of them, otherwise you're going to get confused. And then obviously if you have a camera, you can assign a camera. Now obviously the velocity means how fast does it spin. So, you know. And then obviously deviation. And then in the available tools, again, you want to name it for the same turret, otherwise you'll get confused if you have 100 weapons. You know, and you just want to select them all, and then go down to add tool or weapon, and it will add them into the selected tools. But before we carry on, what you want to do as well, you want to make sure the hinge and the rotor share inertial tension, otherwise the thing is going to bounce around and Clang may attack you. So keep that in mind as well. So now we're set up the hinges and the rotors and the cannons. You want to come down to like enable AI. Now enabling the AI will automatically target whatever you set to target, right? But if you have a camera, I think it is, and a control seat, you can actually physically control the turret yourself, yeah, with the control button. But I don't have a control seat set up, so obviously I can't control it. I'm just trying to show you how to do a automation. So you also have an aiming radius. Now, like I said, some weapons have limits on range. I think it's like 800 meters is the shortest, so with 600 meters you're well within your range. You have various targets you could do, so target meters, small ships, large grid, blah 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 blah. Yeah, target enemies, yes, and all that stuff, and enable target lock-in. But we also have a new feature, which is target options. Now these open up a whole world of possibilities. You can have different weapons targeting different things. So you can have weapons, propulsion, and power systems. Alright, so if I click power systems and set it to power systems. Now if you see in the background I have a ship. The ship is set to a pirate, so it's going to be the enemy once I engage auto or enable the AI. So I'm going to enable the AI now, and the turret's now going to target the ship, as you can see. And it's now going to target all of the propulsion systems, so that's all the engines and all that stuff, and it's going to shoot. And then I've got on here an auto cannon and an artillery cannon, and it'll just target the ship. So we go close up. As you can see, it's trying to target the engines. You know, so in the middle of the ship. So if I run back down and change the targeting to weapons, it will start to target the wings of the ship, because the wings of the ship is where the weapons are. So let me just get on this before Clang has it. Go all the way down to the bottom. So we can change it change it to weapons. As you see, it just changed targets. Now it's shooting the wings where the weapons are. So it's pretty decent. Obviously, you could do a lot more than make a turret. So I was playing with it yesterday, and I made like a small little digger on multiple different hinges. And I'll do a tutorial, a proper tutorial, on how to use the turret control block for all those people that want help. Yeah. With all that said, I hope you've enjoyed this update video and the showcase I've done of the new blocks. So the paid and the free, and this little guide on this turret block. I hope you will have as much fun building as I am gonna have. And if you have any questions, please leave a comment down below. And if you have any questions, please ask. Yeah, I'm pretty knowledgeable, and I like to comment and engage with my community. Again, if you want to go ahead and follow, like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. And if you want to go ahead and follow me on Twitch, I'm really trying to get my followers up on Twitch and for subscribers on YouTube. So if you haven't and you like my stuff, it'd be much appreciated if you do that. With all that said, I've been Dr. McKay. Thank you for watching. It's been a blast, literally, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers and goodbye.